Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is well and in good health. I'm Antriksh and I'm part of the Nullcon team. If you have any innovative research and you would like to share with the community, our CFP for the upcoming Nullcon Goa conference is open. So we will be posting the link in the Zoom chat. Do have a look. And if you'd like to share your research with the community and industry, Nullcon would be one of the best platforms to share with. Thank you all for joining us today for this technical webinar cum workshop by Suman Tiwari and Sakaldeep Yadav on red, purple, and blue team activity using Azure. We will touch base on topics such as Azure Sentinel, web app firewalls, and log analysis, and a lot more, including containers. Suman is a security manager at Capgemini and is also a certified Scrum Master, while Sakaldeep is a security architect at Avde and also an awarded Microsoft MVP since 2017. Some house rules for today. This session will be around 30 to 40 minutes. If you have any questions, please send them across via the Zoom chat. I will be moderating them and we will take them after the session is complete. Since we have two speakers with us, they could also respond back to some of the questions over the chat. Your mic and video is on mute by default. And this session will also be recorded and uploaded on our YouTube channel for later view. Well, that's about it. And if you like to give a shout out to our trainers, speakers for today, please send them a thank you or an appreciation note on social media. Now over to you, Suman and Sakaldeep.
Thank you, Antriksh. If someone can confirm whether they're able to see my screen or not.
Okay. Absolutely, we can see the screen.
How I can move this? Okay. All right. So as Antriksh has mentioned, today mainly we'll be covering red, blue, and purple team activity. We'll be doing more of a red and blue team activity. Already Antriksh has given us a brief intro, so I'll be skipping this. Okay, so today's agenda is we'll be giving red, blue, purple team intro. We'll be performing red, blue, and blue team activity using Azure components. The major components that we are using is Web Application Firewall, Azure Sentinel, Azure Security Center. We'll do some demo activity, and how we have set up our environment. We'll go in depth and explain each and every step. So we'll be explaining how we can deploy a container-based image. We'll be covering all these configuration part as we proceed further. At end, we'll be taking up the question and answer session. Quick intro of what is red, blue, and purple team. So red, blue team is mainly team that is part of offensive team. They do the attack. Blue team detects those attacks, monitor, and ensure that those attacks is not being performed in their infrastructure. Purple team is more of a facilitator. They are more of like a mediator between red and blue team. So normally a red team perform activities like PT, social engineering. Blue team mainly do the patch management, monitoring, intrusion detection, and prevention. This is the architecture. We have set up our environment, so we'll be following this architecture. Our red team will lie somewhere here. We have mentioned attacker here. These all components are within Azure boundaries. So this is Azure WAF, Web Application Firewall. Whatever request is coming to WAF, it will go to log analytics. These logs will be pulled by Sentinel. Sentinel is nothing. It will pull all details from log analytics and analyze those data, create a meaningful data out of it. So it uses a machine learning pattern. It will create an incidence, and then it will give you an option to pull the reports. So you have a dashboard and other things. Apart from that, we have one level image called DVWA. So this is here we are using Azure Container Instances Service, and we have deployed DVWA within that instance service. So this is a quick architecture diagram. We'll discuss more in detail as we proceed further. Prerequisites. So to be very honest, there is no prerequisite. Come with open mind, learn whatever we are giving demo. If you have basic knowledge of attacks, that comes under Web top 10 or web application attack. It's an added advantage, but it's not something that you should be knowing as a bare minimum. Knowledge of Azure portal will help. Again, it's not mandatory. Knowledge of web application firewall will help, not mandatory. So it's good to have kind of thing. Bwapp is like bread and butter tool for all security consultant. If you know, good. Otherwise, again, it's not a mandatory kind of thing. We decided to do a demo first, and then we'll explain all the settings that are required. Because if we explain the settings, sometimes audience get bored and they do not enjoy the workshop and session. So this is my IP, this is required. We'll let you know why it is required. This is a container-based instance. Anyone can access this. I would recommend not to access right now. So right now I'll be performing some attack. Our prevention mode is disabled, so I'll be able to perform all those attacks. Then we'll show how we can enable it, and those attacks will perform again and see whether we are able to do it or not. So I'll start with classic Sql injection. I gave one Sql injection payload. Something wrong. I'll perform one DOM accesses. I'll use document.cookie. You can clearly see session ID is popping up. That means that is happening. I'll give one more document.domain. Sorry, I'm rushing a little bit because this is our not motto to explain the attack. We'll plan to show something else. Okay, so even accesses happened. Let's go to file upload. Here I'll pick 2 MB file, upload. Application is not allowing, so I'll use Bwapp. It's 2 MB only. Let's try with min size. No luck. Sakaldeep, remember how we bypass this? If you could help me.
Yeah, we can from the Bwapp suite, we can change there and go to Bwapp suite.
Here application is actually not allowing. So
Yeah, so we have to do from here. So we have file name 2 MB. I think it's a PNG file there or JPG.
we have 3 MB, JPG, all the JPG.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we are good. We can try now.
I'll come to this later on. It's not working. Something wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe you can share the screen now. I'll stop sharing. We'll explain what we have done and how it is appearing.
Okay, so hi guys. So if you talk about the architecture, so we know like application is there, but we are not hitting the application. So we are hitting all the requests going through the firewall. So and our firewall is in the like detection mode right now. So it's observing all the activities, all the attacks, but it's not preventing. So we can see from the log. So if you get to log here, and so this is the log analytics service from the Azure, where you can store all the logs. And we have some queries here. It's like SQL command, very similar to the SQL, but not a SQL. So run it. And we can see all this attack has performed right now. So let's go for the first one. So we can see a few upload has like done by the Suman. Maybe you can see the like this attack has detected, and it is IP address, this machine IP, client IP address. Even if you can like scroll down anything, then we can see all other detail as well. So I'm trying to show here. You see the host name, this is the IP of our firewall, and this is the IP of the client type, the Suman machine's IP. You try to access. So we are getting all the logs here, but we are not preventing anything. So because we are in the detection mode. And so what you want to
allow me to share again. This time I'm able to perform that attack. I was doing,
okay.
I did something else.
Okay.
If you could stop sharing, I'll share quickly.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so I'm choosing a small, this file is very small in size. I can easily upload this. So while uploading, I'm changing this file to a file size of 2 MB. And this time it got uploaded. So one for one. So we have this file which got uploaded just now. You can share again.
Yeah, sure. So let's run the query again. So we can see the latest attack is, sorry.
The top one is the latest one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has the attack. This rule has kicked off.
So we have different rule. Right now we have used rule 1 of Bwapp.
Yeah, so this is the like your client IP address of your machine. This is the host IP address. This is being attacked. So right now, like what's the like this is the upload probabilities that we have get. So we are getting all the information like how many attacks are going on there, but we are doing nothing because you are in the prevention mode.
Can you go right side?
Yeah.
So this is how it looks like. Couple of attacks will be visible here also. So we know attack is happening, but right now we are not blocking.
Yeah, like the XXX.
I performed XSS in beginning, SQL injection.
Yeah, Sql injection.
Use DOM XSS for domain switching, numeric IP address.
Yeah. So what we'll do now, we'll going to the firewall and we switch to the prevention mode, right?
Maybe you can show a normal logs.
Normal logs means?
Web application normal logs.
Yeah, so the other logs, yeah.
Apache log, the default.
Okay.
This is
Okay, got it, yeah. So this is our container where this application is hosted. And if you go to the containers and the logs, so these are the logs that is the like access log. But in the our architecture, so we are not accessing this directly. We are accessing through the firewall. So no activity is going to the container or the application right now. All these attacks are being protected here or detected here as being stored here. So that's why we are not seeing any kind of attack here. But if we directly attack this URL, then of course we can see all the logs here as well. So I think, Suman, now we can go to the prevention mode and we can start this one, right?
Yeah. So now Sakaldeep is doing kind of blue team activity. So
we are going to switch to the prevention mode. So our firewall will now like prevent all the attacks. It's not allowed to do any kind of attack there. So it will take maybe a minute or something. Yeah, so now you can see it's changed to the prevention mode. And Suman, maybe you can start now.
thank you, Sakaldeep. I'll start with the same one. Again, I'll choose a very small file. This is small in size. It will get accepted. We have done changes on file upload size.
Yeah, we're done. So it's a maximum allow size is 2 MB now.
So I have a file name only with 3 MB with JPG. That is not enabled, I believe.
Maybe you can start with the Sql injection now. Maybe it will take a few minutes.
It takes some time.
Yeah. So I start with Sql injection.
So basically, this is not an injection. I'll put one payload here.
Mm-hmm.
This is just putting a number parameter. So as you can see, our firewall is blocking injection. Earlier it got executed. We'll try XSS. Again blocked. Blocked. This is a general one. Oh, it's not taking. This is taking blocked. Back to you, Sakaldeep. I'm done from my end. I'm not able to perform any attacks now.
Okay, thank you. So again, going back to this log analytics, and we have different sort of query here. So we are looking for all the activity that are being blocked. So I'm copy there.
There is a typo, Azure, in beginning. Just
Okay. So you can see all this again attack, and I'm trying to show something here that is action. So we say the action is blocked. All this attack are being blocked, and we can also see the like message. So what kind of message?
so all details we were able to see earlier, those are visible, but right now we are blocking them.
So like this kind of attack has been performed, like upload, XSS, everything, and all are being blocked. If you want to like see some specific kind of attack here, then we can also, for example, where message contains like SXS attack.
XSS. Someone is telling how we configure the container. We'll cover every part.
Yeah, I
Don't
will
worry.
cover. Yeah. Maybe something wrong with the query. Okay, we can. So this is the log analytics that from here we can give you other logs. But in the SOC, it's not like good practice. No one is like going to run all the command every time and see like what kind of attacks is happening here. So what we use for that, we use the service called the Azure Sentinel. That so Azure Sentinel. So what Sentinel is doing, even all logs are here, but we are pulling all the log to the Sentinel, and we'll do some kind of apply the analytics here, and based on that analytics, we can create incident. So this is the Sentinel that I have created for that demo. And we can see here we have 9 alert and 8 incident. So even from even going here, we can, okay, let me give you 1 second. Yeah, so go to the 9 incident is there. So come to the incident, and we can see these kind of attacks are being happening. If I click on this, then we can see more information about, like we have the evidence that 8 event has happened, 1 alerts. If you want to go see the evidence, click simply here. It will show again all the attacks. So yeah, so XSS attack has happened. And suppose you want to assign this ticker to someone, so this should be someone should be assigned. So let me assign to me, assign to user, like this user. Apply. So we are getting all kind of incident here. And then, and other thing is we can also do some kind of workbook as well. Suppose this is for the like one-to-one person, like who's in the SOC, they can see the incident and they can take the action for that kind of attack. If you want to see like what is happening from the last 1 day or last 2 days, then we can also run some kind of workbook. Workbook is like kind of dashboard, the live dashboard. So I'm going there and showing this. So for this particular application, we can see from in last 30 days how many attacks are happened. So these are the like number of attacks, the type of attacks are happened, how many match, how many requests are blocked, how many detected. So you can see all this. Even we can go by the header count, the type of attack, what kind of attack is there. So we can see all this very detailed information about all the attacks using the Azure Sentinel. And Sentinel is the same as I think we told earlier. Again, what happened to this particular attack? So we can get like very depth level of information from the Sentinel. I'm going back again. So if we go to the incident, so we are going taking like getting all this incident here, but how we are getting? So for that, we have to apply some kind of analytics here. So I have applied analytics. So even there are some template, we can also create the new one. So I have created our one this one, for example, Sql Injection. If I go there, so what I have mentioned here, so simply I have write the KQL query here. If you attack any kind of such kind of incident or attack, then give me alert. So it's taking time here. Okay. So this is the query behind that particular analytics. So whenever the Sql injection will happen, the Sentinel will trigger a incident or alert in the portal, and from there we can investigate that. Also, there is some other part as well, something called hunting here. So in the hunting, what we'll do, again, these are predefined queries that is not relevant to this attack here, like all these things. So I'm going to cover the live stream. So in the live stream, even you can see, suppose your application is being attacked right now. So when you can see how many attacks are being like carried down. So Suman, can you do the access attack from there in the background?
But you have enabled prevention mode.
No, it's fine. All right.
Fine, right? Okay.
Yeah. So we can go here, and even we can see in the like here, like how many attacks are being done for this particular application. So like this is the few feature of the Sentinel. There are so many features of Sentinel, but these are the few that we can apply and prevent the attack from the attackers.
Just now did Sql injection.
Okay, so now I'm playing. Maybe try once
It
again.
will take some time. Yeah.
So maybe I will come back to here again, then just go to the other portal.
Did accesses.
Okay. So in the, I'll come back here. Maybe it will take a few minutes to reflect here. So this is about the Azure Firewall web. So we have like set of rules. So one rule is called the manage rule that is being managed by the Microsoft, and for that we have like the WhatsApp different version. We are using the 3.2 version, and we are also using the like bot manager. So we don't have to like manage these rules. This rule is being updated automatically by the Microsoft as per the new release.
Maybe Sakaldeep, you can go down. So these all are the rules under WAF 3.0.
Yeah, we can go. Yeah. So, and these are, sorry, explained earlier. Yeah. So these are the rules that are being applied behind this firewall, and based on that rule, all the attacks are going detected or protected. So we can maybe explain a few. So these are the rule, and CM goes for the bot as well. So apart from that, we have some other settings that we can manage, like we can put the like maximum file size upload, that is like 2 MB, if you can put anything. And other, we have custom rule as well. Suppose the requirement that you are looking for is not met by this manage rule, then you can create also a custom rule here. And in your custom rule, we can create any based on any header. So I'm just like based on the IP address. Suppose you want to like block the request from certain IP address, or from maybe certain number from certain country, then you can do all these thing from here. And based on that, you can like how to match based on the header request, header address, everything. So this is the custom rule.
Sakaldeep, maybe you can put a string. This plays a very important role in web application. Match type, go there.
Yeah.
So string plays an important role. If you know this kind of request is coming as a HTTP header, so based on that also you can request a couple of attacks. And
yes, and based on
you
that,
can change request method, and then you can set your rules.
Yeah. So this is a custom rule. If your requirement is not being like fulfilled by the manage rule, then you go to custom rule, you can create. So there are so many options that you can do. Let's go back there. Yeah, we can see. So we have the live stream. So you try 2 times, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we can see the 2 attack is being done. So this was the live stream. So we cover here the live stream. We cover the incidents. We covered the some kind of analytics and the workbook. So this is the Sentinel in very brief. It's not it's a very big thing, but in a very brief, this is the Sentinel, how it can help to like visualize all the attacks that we are going. So Sentinel is not preventing, it's being prevented by the web. but Sentinel is helping us to visualize all the data. I think, yeah, that's all from my side now.
Sakaldeep, can you click that PowerShell? Somebody asked how we can, since we have access to portal. So, yeah.
Okay,
So there's
okay.
one command for container installation.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
we have an
next
we have in our slide here. Yeah. So now we are on the demo. So now we go to environment setup, and then we can start from here. So do you want to continue?
You have to give demo, so it's better if you continue.
Okay, perfect. So now we are going to environment setup. Okay, so let's start from here. So first of all, we have to set up this one as a container instances. So this is here. And so for that, we have the PowerShell command. So this is like the Azure AG container create, the resource group name Suman, and then the name of this container. And then this is the image name. This is the public image. We can, yeah, this one. And we are using the port number 1. So what we will do is we'll simply copy and paste. But before that, so there is an option called like PowerShell here. Even you can use the PowerShell on in your laptop, but for that you have to authenticate. But as we are using from the like this portal, we have authenticated already. And in this command, the source group name is Suman. So I think there is no Suman.
Yeah, that is when I set up an environment. Now I don't have that environment. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me check here quickly. What's the resource group name here? Demo 1. Yeah, we can put demo 1. Demo 1, and let's put here name something. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I think all is good now.
We are going to create a new instance.
Yeah, so we are going to create a new container name having the DVWA Suman that will run this vulnerability DVWA image. That's from the like the Docker Hub free image. Simply go here and paste, enter, and it will take a few minutes or maybe less than a minute. Yeah, it's just running. You can see.
Yeah, so I did one mistake earlier. I was using capital name, giving a space, and it was not taking.
So yeah, go ahead.
So avoid a special character, capital name.
Yeah, so this is so this is a DNS name, like how we can access that. So like DVWA Suman is a DNS name. So if you put like underscore or some capital letter, then it might not work. So better to put the small letter and only the alphabet. Again, going back to the portal. So it's still running. It will maybe take a few minutes, and after that we can see here in this resource group. Okay, so while it's creating, then we can move forward. So this is how we create the container, and after that we will see some output like something is succeed there, and after that we will get all this the public IP and the FQDN. Using that you can access this container. But in this our environment we are not using that because we have put that container behind the firewall, and we are using the public IP of the firewall. And from here, how you create the WAF or application gateway. So in the Azure, like we can't create the WAF directly. So we have to attach the WAF to the application gateway or the front door. So both are the like some kind of application gateway and the front door. We create that and then we attach the policy to that. So we are doing that. So you can do quickly from the portal here as well. It's taking too much time. So let it be here. I can switch to the other portal. Then go to the application gateway. So we have already my one application gateway that we are running. So simply go here, click, create, and fill all the information like the subscription, resource group, put anything name, version. Okay, network. I don't have network here. So we have to also put the like net. Maybe we can. I can run through here. So once we put all this information here, the application gateway will be created. And what will happen here? So I have already created there in. So we have to define the rule. So this for the rule we have few settings. So one is the backend pool. Backend pool is like when the request come to firewall, the application gateway where it should be go. So we have to put the from so I have put a container. So put name something, and from here we can choose. So if it's about virtual machine, web app, or FQDN. So in my case, we have the FQDN. So container. So I have given the like the name of the container. So whenever any kind of request come to that particular firewall application gateway, it go to the this container. And then we have also a few other settings like what will be the in which port it will be listening. So the port number 80. What will be the front IP of this firewall? So this is the front the public IP, and other setting and in the rule as well. So in the rule what I have this configured. So if any listener wants, if anybody hit that particular public IP, this request goes to the this particular container using this port 80. So this is the, and then we have attached the, so this is the like for the routing. After all this configuration, the request, when the request come to the gateway, it goes to the container. The first part. Second part is we have to also configure the firewall. So we have attached this here, this the policies, the typo mistakes, policy 2. So this is our the policy that we have already talked about, the manage rule, the custom rules, and these things. So again, going back to the second tab, I don't know why it's taking too much time.
So let it run.
Yeah. So once it's really successful, then we can see here like this container has created. Now
one more container will come. So container
yeah,
image is something like this, purple with blue.
Yeah, so yeah, this is so right now I couldn't see that we have. So like we have this public IP, this particular FQD, and if you how to hide this. Okay, I can run there. So then you can access that application using that particular FQDN. So again, going back to PPT. So this is how we create the container.
So we'll
And we
save
can-
this PPT. You can
Yeah.
take Azure subscription, run the same command, just
Yeah.
change the name, it will work. Follow
Yeah,
all these steps.
And this is how we create the application gateway up to here. And this, yeah, up to here. And from here, how to configure the web. So we have like choose the two manage rule, WhatsApp and the bot, and we also have the one custom rule there. And this is the setting for this, the maximum file size, and how to switch between prevention and detection mode from here. And then from here, Sentinel. So in Sentinel, first we have to like give the data source. So I want to show this one once again. So going to Sentinel. So first of all, you have to create a data source. There are so many data sources, like from where this center will get the data. So we have like different kind of all the data sources here available. So I have, but our data source is web. So I have simply, I'll type web here. So you can see web application firewall. You can also see like we have the 1.1.6 connector available. One is connected, so that is connected, the web. So once we connect the data source to Sentinel, all data get to start pulling, and then you can see like how many logs are data are being connected. So you can see like 3.5K usage, everything here. So that was here. So first we have to like connect the data source. Then we have to configure, link this web. Okay. So while we do that, we have to go to the, so we know this is the name of our Sentinel, right? So what we have to do, go to the application gateway and or the WAF and dynastic setting. And here we are seeing whatever log this firewall has, it should be moved to the this part here. You can see to the Sentinel. So this is the integration between Sentinel and the Azure firewall. So sorry, the web application firewall. So whatever all these logs are being sent from Azure web to the Azure Sentinel, and so this is what here. And then you can run the queries and get the output. We can see the dashboard. We can also, so up to here, that is the Sentinel and the web. So any questions so far here on this? So we have, I think, few questions. Okay. I think we can create our own template. So can you say which template are you talking about? Do you guys share PPT? Yes, we do. I think template means we are talking about some kind of this workbook, I guess. Yes, we can do if you talk about this. So there's a KQL query behind that. You write your one query and you put.
Is it necessary to have all metrics logs?
No, it depends on you. So like
Good to have.
Yeah, but there are two type of logs. One is the like the application gateway log, there is the like firewall log. So if you want to only see like what kind of attacks are going on, then only click on the So let me go there and show you. So if you want to only look for the attacks, then we need only this one. We don't need. But if you want like how your application gateway is performing, like how much load are there, how many requests are coming per second, how many requests are being dropped, all the things, then we have to put others as well. But for the attack, we can only this one. Okay. Is there any metrics that contain information like what type of log must be forwarded to Sentinel from each connector? Yes, there is a document from Microsoft on the document Microsoft. We can see what kind of metrics should be sent initially or not. But it also depends on your requirement. So we can't say like what should be. But of course, there's some kind of best practices. Is there a mobile app for Azure Sentinel so that we can get alert in? Yeah, so you can integrate Sentinel to your existing ticketing system. It could be ServiceNow, it could be any other. Of course, all the incident can go to the service desk, and from there you can get the SMS, email, whatever supported there. So you can integrate Sentinel to your service ticketing system. Please share link for it. So link for which one? I am not sure. If you talk about PPT, of course, we will share. Okay, so I think we have one more topic to cover, the last one. That is the Azure Security Center. Then we talk about the limitation. I think let's first about the web, then we go to here. So can you talk, Suman, here?
Yeah, so we try to perform CSRF and mitigate through web. So right now got to know that through Azure Web, we cannot mitigate CSRF. So it is part of a roadmap. They'll be coming with this feature in coming future. We also try to stop malicious file upload. Right now tool is not supporting it, but it is doable. We can do it through HTTP request header. So we covered that part also. So we don't have default rule set for malicious file upload, and CSRF mitigation is not supported by web.
Yeah, so this is the two limitation we found till now for the Azure Web. So right now, if you want to control the CSRF attack, we have to control from the code level. You can't control from the web level. And for this file extension type, we have to create a custom rule and have to prevent that. So it is not being detected by the manage rule set. Okay, so I'm going to now Azure Security Center. So Azure Security Center is just kind of So it's like a kind of like a hygiene management tool for all the resources in the Azure. It could be any resource. It could be container. It could be SQL database, VM, anything. So what we do, it has their one kind of policies applied here on the Azure Security Center, and based on that policies, they scan all the resources and they find all the vulnerabilities and they show you. So like even you can see here, if you go to recommendation, it's saying like I have this kind of issue here in the configuration. It's not secure. So if you go for the like first one, so MFA should be enabled for my all this owner account. So this is the one risk here. Other risk you can see here, we are not protected for the DDoS attack. Other risk here we can like our enable logging and monitoring is not enabled for the SQL database. So such kind of things is so in the behind the scene, they will scan you all the resources and give you all the recommendation what should we do as per this Microsoft best practices. And so we can see here score is like only 48%. It should be 80%, 90%. So this is the one thing. Other is also it can help you in the like compliance. So if you go to regulatory compliance, and you can see there are the different kind of compliances here, like Azure security benchmark, Azure CIS, and others. So let's go for Azure CIS. So as for the Azure CIS benchmark, my resources are like not compliant. We are like reading almost everything. So our infrastructure is not secure. So whatever resources you have on the Azure, how much they are secure, what actions should be taken, we can get all insight from the Azure Security Center for all the resources, not only for the web app, for all the resources. And there are other many things as well that you can also see here. So I think that's all, Suman.
Yeah, I'm good. We'll wait for more questions.
Yeah.
You can go through that important links. That is also important.
Yeah, so there are a few links there. You can find the information, how to create the free account, what are the web rules that are there, and where to find this.
Yes, it's better to create a free Azure account, do all these settings on your own, do some hands dirty. The moment subscription is expired, then only they'll ask you to do the payment. So right now, while doing registration, they'll take your credit card details, but they won't be detecting any money.
Okay, so there's one question from the Muhammad. Yeah, so all the recommendation is based on their policy, but of course you can modify the policies. So I show you quickly. So whatever recommendation I'm getting here based on this Azure security policies. So this is the policy that I have applied, and this have all this parameter here. Just give a few seconds. Come on. Yeah. So these are all the parameters. If you suppose you don't want this, you simply go and disable that. You can disable this. So there are the lots of this policy settings here. Based on this setting, we are getting all this recommendation. If you don't want, you can modify, you can disable that or do something. This is the one way. Even you are not happy with this, there's other service called Azure policy. And you can go here, and from here we can create your own policy based. And there are so many definitions here if you know about your policies and do whatever you want to do. So I hope I answer your question here. Yeah. Will you be sharing this recording too for our reference? I think yes, Suman. Yeah.
Yeah, it will come on YouTube as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. So it's more about this organizer.
Yeah, we will be recording the entire session and uploading it on our YouTube channel. So friends, this presentation will be available for everybody for free to watch later on.
Yeah. Any other question, please?
I don't see any more questions there. Let's give them a minute, Suman, to see if there are any questions. Harsh says thanks. Mohammed says great thanks. Okay, guys, I don't think there are any more questions. So thanks, Suman and Sakaldeep, for sharing this technical workshop webinar. on red, blue team, purple team using Azure. And yeah, hope to see you guys again for the next session whenever we have.
And thank you everyone for the joining in. And if you have any question on Azure, you can ping me. You can also tweet me. My handle is Sakaldeep, and you can ask me any question on the Azure thing. So this is my Twitter handle at
So
Sakaldeep.
he is Microsoft MVP. So any query you have, just shout out to him. He'll help you.
Wonderful. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, guys.